Let's talk to Josh in Houston. Josh, you're live with Eric and Jen. How are you doing?
Hi, Josh.
Hi, I'm fine. How are y'all?
Good.
Doing well.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about today?
I just wanted to let you know that you are going to hell.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'm joking. Seriously joking.
I live in
okay.
Tennessee. I'm already there. Like,
No, I was serious.
You got me excited. What did you want to talk about?
You wanted to yell at me, huh?
I don't yell. I get disappointed.
Oh, that's mad, huh?
So what did you want to talk about?
What do you know about previous religions, other like before Judaism and whatnot?
I know that they existed.
yeah.
And I know
really
basic
done
things.
research.
Sociology 101, how organized society, builds up around certain places. Like you can see the Nile Delta and early civilizations down there and all that. But what specifically did you want to ask about?
Really just concentrating on the Sumerian religion.
Okay.
But I don't know exactly too much about it, but from what I have looked into about it, it seems like it is fairly related to Judaism, and so are basically all the religions around the area.
Well, I mean, that's kind of to be expected, right?
We can all say that everything seems to be derived from the same story in any religion.
Yeah, you can find Lucifer in every single one of the places.
No.
To an extent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I found Lucifer even in the as an Egyptian god.
Okay.
Well, there's always going to be a bad guy when it comes down to any kind of faith. So
No, I'm
no
not
matter
talking
what.
about a bad guy.
You're saying Lucifer as depicted in the Bible.
Not as depicted in the Bible.
Okay, so then that's a different character, right?
Lucifer as known in,
No, not as known in.
So is it rebranding?
That would be like me saying, there's a bad guy in Harry Potter and there's a bad guy in Lord of the Rings. Therefore, if we go to Mordor, we will find he who shall not be named, right? Just because there are bad guys doesn't mean that they're the same.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay. Please, enlighten me. Help me.
I'm not. Yeah. When I say Lucifer, I'm not talking about a bad guy.
Okay.
When I say Lucifer, I'm talking about the god, or as Christians call him, an angel. Okay, and you remember how Christians used to view, or not Christians, but he used to be a good guy, and then he was depicted as bad.
Sure. Yeah, it's part of
the WWE analogy.
Yeah, like the Lucifer, Morning Star, Knowledge Giver, stuff like that. Okay, well, that's how he was known to pagans. They never saw like the evil side. They just thought he was a god, and they only saw what he did do for them.
Josh, you're talking about this character as if it's a real person. Why are you doing that?
Because that's kind of what I believe.
You believe that Lucifer Morningstar is a real person?
No.
Was a real person.
Person, not necessarily a person, but maybe a group of people.
Okay, who is this group of people? I'm curious. I think that
because I'm imagining this roving band of really pissed off angels, and like the halos are all right.
Well, I mean, yeah. First off,
when I say
you're talking about a group of people. So
it's true. I don't claim it's true. It's a theory.
No, it's not a theory. It's a hypothesis.
It's a hypothesis.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
But
so what's your evidence that there was a roving group of Lucifers?
It's basically stuff you would have to go look up. I don't have like the knowledge off the top of my head to just provide it for you, and it's a bunch of different information.
Do you feel that information was convincing for you? Do you think that information would be convincing to us?
Us, exactly.
There is to a point, but I'm not convinced enough to sit here and say, well, this is just true to me, like, Christians do on faith with, God.
Okay.
It's very possible that I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Sure. Well, I mean, that's true of most things in my life. I just know to ask questions on this one.
Right. Good point.
Yeah.
You're learning. I'm glad.
But what I do believe is that at the very least, humans had more knowledge than we knew them to have. I mean, than we know them to have.
Wait. Hold on.
Wait, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm
Josh,
a little lost in.
Do you believe in ancient aliens?
Yes.
Oh boy. Oh.
Season 4, Episode 1, Ancient Aliens. Josh. Okay. I'm with you that we're likely not alone in the universe, but why do you think that aliens have visited the Earth?
Well, there's various things you can look at and point at, but
I mean,
various religions.
Convincing things.
Can you give some examples of very convincing things that have led you to this belief?
Okay, I can get you to at least one.
Okay.
Various religions point to the moon and say it was brought here by somebody, by their gods or whatever.
It's generally tied into a creation myth.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. When we went to the moon, we put like a seismometer on it and then dropped the, I believe it was the takeoff capsule or whatever near it. And when it hit it, it sat there and rang out like it was a piece of metal that was empty on the inside. And it rang out for like freaking 2 hours or such.
Wait, do you think that the moon is hollow and metal? I'm sorry.
I think he's talking about the time capsule that we put on the moon when we first landed there. And it was like a thing that they rang or something.
No, not a time capsule.
Okay.
They put a seismometer on the moon, and they dropped their drop ship near it.
Mm-hmm.
And when it landed, a seismometer, when you drop something near it, it's not going to sit there and vibrate for like ever like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so how does that point to your belief in ancient aliens?
That's just one thing.
Is it related?
But how do you get that?
It is related.
Okay, how is it related?
No, I can't say that is aliens. For all I know, humans could have dug out the moon.
Yeah.
When you say dug out, do you mean like dug the actual inside of the moon out and hollowed it?
Yes. Do you believe that the moon is hollow?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So,
because they went back and did it again in a different.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'm getting
very next time we went to the moon, they went and did it in a different area just to, make sure that it wasn't malfunctioning. And they did it in a different area and with something that was even heavier, and it did the same thing, but like for 5 hours.
Josh.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a question.
Why don't you just say, hey, this is an observed phenomena that we don't know. Why did you jump to the moon being hollow? Because that is fucking weird.
So wait, I have a question.
No, hold on. Josh.
Yes.
How did you come to the conclusion that the moon is hollow and not this is a thing that I don't understand? Please.
It could be something that I just don't understand, yes.
Is it more likely that it's just something you don't understand or that we need to learn about? Or do you believe that there's sufficient evidence to say that the moon is hollow? Because when you're making a claim like that, you're saying, there's been enough evidence to convince me. And I want that evidence because I want to be convinced. Right. Or figure out why it's not convincing to me and is convincing to you.
Okay, it's convincing to me because a renowned scientist said it's convincing enough to him.
Okay.
What scientist was this?
It doesn't even matter.
I don't remember his name.
It's an argument from authority.
Yeah.
So, if Josh, I'm sorry, I'm needing to take a breath and make
the
sure
only other thing that we know that
here.
would do something like that is a bell.
Josh.
I'm just going to circle this around here. So are you saying that aliens came to the moon, hollowed it out, and we're just now finding out about it through the seismometer?
Or that we hollowed it out.
Or that we did. That's what I'm trying to...
What I am most likely saying is, what I believe is
I hope you know
they
what
actually
you're
brought
saying.
it here.
You believe that the moon was
they
brought
it here
Okay, so
who's they?
by aliens.
You believe the moon was brought
Now
here by...
that could be actually false. Whatever.
Sure.
The moon could be.
yeah.
The moon could have a reason for doing that I don't know about.
Wait. So, but his conclusion is still that it was brought here by
Okay,
aliens.
so do you think an alien race built a hollow moon and like strapped it to the back of their like Ford pickup alien
like
thing?
grandma up on the roof, Beverly Hillbillies style.
Right. Do they have like pickup alien trucks and they just kind of like hitch it on and go?
Instances about the moon that makes me believe that. Okay, whenever a meteor hits the moon, it only goes down to a certain depth, no matter how big it is. It will only go down to a certain depth.
That sounds like bullshit, Josh.
Is there a source to back this up?
I actually can say definitively that there are massive craters all over the moon.
Of many depths and sizes.
Massive craters that are wider, but it only goes down to a certain depth.
No.
Well, I mean, are you saying that every crater on the moon is the same depth or shallower?
Yes. Well, yes, or shallower.
Has a crater ever tried to hit it hard enough to possibly go deeper? Or were you just measuring this from the deepest depths that are available?
I'm going off of, facts that I've heard on documentaries that come from scientists.
Okay.
A place of authority. Yeah.
So here's where we get to something that I think is very, very usable.
Okay.
Josh, where did you find these documentaries?
On the History Channel.
Ah, right. Okay. also, I've seen documentaries like this on Netflix.
Mm-hmm. YouTube.
And obviously YouTube. Yeah, absolutely.
Hulu too.
So this is a serious problem. The problem is there's this format that when we see a documentary, we think, okay, these are true things that have been vetted by somebody and have been presented as evidence. And the fact is we have so many documentaries that are not adequately or appropriately explaining what's going on in the world. And instead, they're packaging up these preconceptions and giving them out as, facts that you wind up with this kind of problem. And this kind of problem, Josh, is, okay, first off, you have not yet given me enough evidence to accept the claim that the moon is hollow. You have not given me any evidence that the moon was brought here from somewhere else. And then you have not given me, Josh, stuff like that. Then you say I don't know. And then
I really don't know. I can't
then say I don't know. You sound like a crazy person, Josh.
Oh, okay, you went there.
I know I am. Oh yeah, I know I am.
Okay. Why should we believe you? Why do this to yourself?
I'm not asking you to believe me. I was just sitting there throwing ideas off of you and seeing what you thought.
Got it. Okay. So first off, aliens. Do I think we're alone in the universe or have always been alone in the universe or that there's possibility for life? I think it's way too big and we're made of a lot of chemicals. So odds are, yes.
Yeah,
sure,
odds
no
are
problem.
this experiment has happened before.
That said.
To be quite honest, I thought I was
Josh.
going to sound like a retard when I came on the show.
Josh,
hold on.
I grew up, I worked in special ed for many years. And that particularly upset me.
No. I have a son that's autistic. That word does not fucking fly here. Ever.
Again. So, but we're going to continue through.
Yeah.
Josh.
Okay, sounds ridiculous then.
Yeah. So.
Sorry if you don't like the word.
No worries, man. It's just something that it has. Yeah. Anyway. Mm-hmm. When you're talking about all of that, it's okay to say I don't know, and it's okay to be wrong, and it's okay to embrace the fact that you're exploring a thing. And the last thing I want you to do is feel like you've been bullied into not learning and exploring. What I want to do is...
That is what I'm trying to do, is get to something...
Right.
I don't stop at, religion's not real. Well, I know it's not real, but I'm trying to find out what really happened. That's
sure.
because I don't believe humans are stupid and just pointed to the sky and said, "Oh, a God exists."
Well, I think that we are incredible storytellers, and those stories have helped us.
That.
And the supernatural is easy to explain things that we didn't understand and didn't have the means to understand at that
Absolutely.
point. Right.
So when we're looking back at the claim that you made, the best thing to do is to go, okay, what would be convincing evidence? If this was the case, what are other things that would have happened? So if you said that ancient aliens brought the moon to Earth, right? Possibly, you think you're working on that idea.
It sounds like the most logical to me, but whatever. I'm not asking you to believe it.
Well, I mean, let's talk about what is logical and what is likely. Wouldn't the idea that it just being there, circling the Earth, right? We can say, okay, that's what's going on right now, right?
Okay, I can also
let's go back a little bit, and let's go. Okay, what has the fewest amount of steps? What comports with our understanding of reality, and also gets us there. And so the idea that there was a large event where there was a meteor crash into the Earth, or even that there was a large...
I think it was another planet, it was a Mars-sized planet that hit the Earth, and that's what created our moon, is the kind of official hypothesis now.
Cool.
That's going.
But that
is a very good hypothesis.
And that also does not presuppose intelligent life bootstrapping a giant fuck-off hollow
Lego
rock
set
here.
and saying, hey, let's move it over there,
Yeah.
I can give you one more piece of evidence, but it's only evidence. But still, it sort of supports it.
Okay. I'm interested. Let's hear it.
The moon rotates exactly the same speed it goes around the Earth, so we only see one side, which is highly unlikely to happen ever.
Well, you know that we see all sides of it.
Yes.
The moon spins, and we have mapped and charted the entire moon, right?
There are phases of the moon that as it rotates.
So
from what I understand, we only see ever one side of the moon.
At a time, sure.
Yeah, that night.
Yeah,
Sure.
but if I wrote the numbers 1 to 100 around the circumference of a basketball, and I turned that basketball, you'd only be able to see so many of those numbers at a time. That doesn't mean you're never going to see all of them. You can count, you can go through that, but that doesn't mean that you're unable to have plotted the whole thing or seen all 1 through 100. It just means that you can only see so much at a time. How can you see the back of a sphere if you're looking at its front? That doesn't mean that the moon is just constantly facing us the same way, because it's not. You can look up pictures of the moon and see the face of the moon being different because it's constantly moving.
This is not what I have been told. From what I've been told, it circles the Earth. It turns just as fast as it circles the Earth, so we can only see one side ever. Like, everybody everywhere on the Earth sees only one side of it.
You know what?
I'm actually looking that up now.
No. So I messed that up.
Yeah.
The
Tidal locking.
Yeah.
That was the word, yep.
The live chat has said I was absolutely wrong. My understanding of it was wrong. I apologize.
Yes, we apologize. That was something we probably should have looked at before we kind of went into it.
Actually, that's something I thought was the case. So I learned something.
Yep, so did I.
Okay, so do you think the moon is aware of this?
Do I think the moon itself is aware of this? No.
Yes. Okay, so what about the moon being in this kind of orbit indicates that it's hollow and was brought here?
It doesn't indicate that it's hollow, but it does indicate that, it was intentionally put that way. Because that is just as unlikely as it not rotating at all.
So you're saying that they placed it there and somehow had a way for the moon to not spin?
Well, no, it spins, but it's tidal locked to the Earth.
Right. So
the only face the Earth.
So why would they do that?
Why?
Not even why. Who the fuck is they? And why are they?
The aliens that brought the
I don't
moon
know who
to us.
Okay,
This
figure
is
out.
not something I have answers for.
Okay.
Because, no aliens have come to me and said, oh, this is why we did such and such.
But in order for there to be any kind of evidence or proof, clearly these aliens must have left something to say, hey, this is what we did.
Otherwise, you're just pulling it out of thin air and bullshit documentaries that you found on the History Channel.
Which
Rest
is
in peace.
questionable. Mm-hmm.
History Channel. There was a time.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I want to follow you. The thing is,
Yeah.
you're just tagging on. You're tagging on a lot of assumptions, and I can't follow you through those assumptions.
No.
I can't
no,
move past the idea that there was something done by an alien. In the same way that if somebody says God did this, right? You can take a look at the event, and then you could say, okay, was that done by a god, and how did that god do it? So you're looking at the moon, and the moon thing itself is beautiful. But the actor involved, right? You're saying that there is an intelligent actor. In this case, you're saying it's aliens, and we need to be able to determine whether or not that's likely or possible before it's probable. There we go.
Yes.
So is it possible for that to happen? And then how do we know that? How can we test that? I think
I don't know that it was done, because I'm just saying.
Well,
it's fairly likely.
Yeah, I'm trying to use this as a teachable moment for people who are watching. That you have to be able to demonstrate whether something's possible before you can add it to the list of things that are, what it could probably be.
I understand your teachable moment here. And I mean, you want to sit here and scrutinize everything. So, yes.
Well, yeah, we're skeptics. That's what we do.
Yes, I understand. I am extremely skeptical of religion because it's been changed so many times.
I'm skeptical of it for other reasons.
I'm skeptical of it because it's based on a supernatural God, which I don't.
But here's the thing: is appealing to that consequent doesn't necessarily mean that it's false. I'm going to put on my Christian hat here and say something can coincidentally be true. We instead of trying to decide how to figure that out, let's just take a look at the claims themselves and then investigate those claims, because that's something that's actionable. When you're talking about the moon, Personally, I'm glad we went down this rabbit hole because I learned something about the moon, and I'm going to sound less stupid, which is great.
That's great. No,
I
love learning. Yeah.
More investigating I can do on the moon to try and figure anything out.
Please do. I need this in my life.
There's no more investigating that I can do because I can't go to the moon, man. I literally can't.
But there is enough data available about the moon to research it more on your own.
Oh, well, I can look at pictures of the moon. I can look at pictures of people that went to the moon.
But beyond pictures, there's actual scientific data in reads that you can sit and look at and study and see the depth of the craters that have hit the moon and what has been the deepest depth of them, and if there's seismic activity and why there's seismic activities. These are studies that we've been doing on the moon for 50 some odd years now. I mean, the data is there for you to research it on your own.
Yeah.
And I look.
Sorry, I was trying to give you dead air there.
And I look forward to it.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to give you dead air.
All right, no worries, man. This has been fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, y'all can get to another caller.
It has been fun.
Take care, brother.
And thank you for teaching us something today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm embarrassed.
It happens.
Yeah, it's accepting that feeling, accepting, hey, I didn't know something really basic. Okay.
And that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love learning. So anytime I'm like, no, you're wrong. Hey, cool. Show me why.
Cheers.
Yeah, let's.
Cheers to that. That does not mean that the moon is hollow and was brought here Beverly Hillbilly style,
All I keep thinking about is like the Tesla pickup truck now.
Yeah.
Just like bootstrapping with the bad tail, the hitch thing, and just bootstrapping this moon on like a new Tesla pickup truck. This is all I'm envisioning now about bringing the moon.
This episode brought to you by Tesla.